In this video, we're going to walk through Chapter 5, Problems 4 and 5 related to bid-ask spread and also calculating forward point quotes for interbank swap market forward currency transactions. First, let's begin by calculating our bid-ask spreads. And our bid-ask spreads are simply the difference between our ask price and our bid price. In this case, we're asking 1.3436. The bid price is 1.3431. The difference between them is referred to as the spread. That's the profit that the dealers will make in this transaction. The 1 month spread is 0.0010, and that's the 1.3442 minus the 1.3432. And our 3 month spread is 0.0015, and the 4 month spread is 0.002. The spread will typically increase with time as there's greater risk for the dealer in these transactions. In the interbank swap market, typically the bank between two swapping parties doesn't really care what happens to the underlying asset price. They care about how the spread between rates changes over time. And they quote exchange rates using a shorthand known as forward points. Let's go ahead and calculate our 1 month forward points. We begin by taking the 1 month forward exchange rates of 1.3432 and 1.3442, and we compare that to the spot rates of 1.3431 and 1.3436, and we simply take the difference between those two. The difference between the 1 month bid price is 0.001. The difference between the 1 month ask price is 0.006. And we take that difference and we simply multiply it by 10,000, and we get forward points of 1 and 6. So this would be quoted as 01-06. The 3 month forward points, we take the 3 month forward rate of 1.3448 and the 3 month ask price of 1.3463. We take the difference between that and the current spot rate, and we get 0.0017 and 0.0027, and we multiply those by 10,000 to get our forward points of 17 minus 27. A couple things to notice. The first is that the US dollar is trading at a forward discount to the Swiss franc. That is, dollars get relatively cheaper with time. Today in the spot market, 1 Swiss franc can buy 1.3431 US dollars. In 6 months, we would expect it to buy 1.3488 US dollars. So again, the US dollar is getting relatively weaker to the Swiss franc, or we would say the Swiss franc is getting stronger relative to the dollar. And as we noted earlier, swaps are the most common type of transaction in the interbank market. That is, banks have both sides of the transaction. That is, they have holding the transaction between a set of different customers, and they don't really care about the absolute level of currencies, but rather how that bid-ask spread changes over time, which is why they usually deal in a shorthand notation referred to as forward points.